Get to this. This is stunning. Tommy Tuberville. Is it Tuberville or Tuberville? I mean, I guess I don't feel bad about it. I can't even say Nomi's name, but I mean,
I think it's Tuberville. That's what I remember from like Sports Center.
Okay. So Tuberville is running for governor in Alabama. He is running against Doug Jones. He is the Republican, Tuberville. And look, I think anybody should be eligible to run for office. I don't care if you're a football coach or or any type of coach or an actor or a mechanic or a carpenter or
a jagoff
comedian, or if you clean homes for a living I don't care. But you should know you should still be qualified to be senator. And by qualified, you should have the basic awareness of I think you should have a deep policy understanding, but you should have a basic awareness of some of the really important landmark moments in the history of our country, particularly ones that implicate voting, particularly when you're in a state like Alabama, which you will recall the case that ended up gutting Section 5 of the Voting Rights Act came from Alabama. Some of the most celebrated moments in the struggle to get the vote for Black people happened in Alabama. So you would expect, if you had any participation in the civic knowledge surrounding your state, that you would be able to answer some of the most rudimentary questions about Voting Rights Act laws or Civil Rights laws. Here is Tommy Tuberville saying to all of you, like, I don't need to know that stuff.
Good question. Speaking of history taught in school, do you support extension of the Voting Rights Act?
Yeah. The thing about the Voting Rights Act is, it's there's a lot of different things you can look at it as. Who's it going to help? What direction do we need to go with it? I think it's important that with everything we do, we keep secure. We keep an eye on it. It's run by our government, and it's run to the point that it's got structure to it. It's like education. I mean, it's got to have structure. Now, for some reason, we look at things to change, to think we're going to make it better, but we'd better do a lot of work on it before we make that change.
Can you effing believe this guy is actually talking about education when he doesn't have a effing clue as to what the Voting Rights Act is? Can you imagine running for the state, for the federal, to become a federal senator from Alabama, or any state for that matter, or even a congressperson or a state senator, or I don't know, county comptroller, and not know what the Voting Rights Act is? Not be aware. I mean, the level of ignorance that you have to bathe in, like, I don't even know how you could, I mean, that's just shocking. And it is not enough to say he's just a football coach, because he's not. He's a candidate likely to win for the Senate in Alabama. That's stunning. That is really bad way of saying, I don't know what you're talking about.
The Voting Rights Act is a land of contrasts in many ways.
He didn't even come up. He's like, look, there's a lot of different opinions on that. I need to examine the implications a little bit more. And of course, it's not just, I love it. It's a government program.
Got to do a little work to make sure we want to go forward or backward or maybe adjacent.
Before we change anything on that, we got to do some hard work on it. I got to get up to speed on this thing.
Got to Wikipedia that.
I got to let me just hold on for 1 second. Rights Act. Anybody? Like, maybe he should have a handler on the phone with him. Like, doesn't he have an assistant coach who's there?
I mean, he should maybe just have somebody that can do an impersonation of him that has read up on some of this stuff.
That's unbelievable. And he's still going to win, right? I mean, I don't know if he's going to win, but I mean, he probably will win. That I just find, I almost want to hear that again. Let's play it again. Virgil will understand. He'll be with us soon.
All right, here it is. 1 second.
This is just too good. I mean, this is too, this is just stunning to me. Guy has no idea. This is from HuffPost. Well, I guess it was from what channel was he on? We should give them credit for asking him that gotcha question.
Oh yeah, this is. I'll say it afterwards.
Speaking of history taught in school, do you support extension of the Voting Rights Act?
Yeah. The thing about the Voting Rights Act is,
I just repeated back the name of the.
There's a lot of different things you can look at it as. Who's it going to help?
Yeah, who's it going to help? Who is the Voting Rights Act going to help?
I think it's important that with everything we do, we keep secure. We keep an eye on it. It's run by our government, and it's run to the point that it's got structure to it. It's like education. It's got to have structure. Cool. Now, for some reason, we look at things to change.
We look at them to change.
Think we're going to make it better, but we better do a lot of work on it before we make that change.
Did the guy follow up on that? I wish okay. In other words, more specifically, what are you talking about, Tommy? Do you even know what it is? Tommy, do you know what year the Voting Rights Act passed? That would be the follow-up. I'd be like, or actually, I don't want to make this a gotcha. Do you know what decade it passed? Do you know what century it passed? Like, that guy has no idea what it is. Not even broad strokes.
Yeah. That was with the Birmingham, Alabama Sunrise Rotary Club with a call on September 1st.
So wait a second. So they were on a, oh, I see. They were doing an interview with him. It wasn't a radio interview.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, when you get stumped by the Rotary Club,
the damn Rotary Club,
those guys, they're just, they'll zero in on you. They're hardened journalists. And wow. Well, kudos to that guy for asking that question. I can't imagine he sat at home and was like, said to anybody who's at home, like, I'm going to get him tomorrow. I'm going to ask him what his, if he thinks that the Voting Rights Act should be extended. That's a total gotcha question. He's not even going to know what it is. In a million years, you would never contemplate that guy wouldn't have an idea of what it is. Maybe he would have a weird answer, but he has no idea. That's unbelievable. Oh, I'm psyched about what we got today in terms of ads.